Good afternoon. My name is Timo Hämäläinen. I'm the Foresight Director of Sitra, coordinator of National Foresight Network, and the speaker of this seminar. Let me start by introducing Dr. Mikko Kosonen, who is the newly minted president of Sitra. Besides his new overall responsibilities, Mikko is the head of Sitra's Innovations and New Solutions unit. Prior to joining Sitra, Mikko worked for over 20 years in Nokia Group in various leadership roles, including the Chief Information Officer and the Vice President for Business Infrastructure and Corporate Planning. Mikko has also been active in academic world. He has a Doctor of Business Administration from Helsinki School of Economics, and he's written many articles in influential business and research publications on topics such as international business, strategy, organization, and knowledge management. He's also the co-author of a new business bestseller, Fast Strategy, How Strategic Agility Helps You to Stay Ahead of the Game. Please, Mikko.
Thank you, Timo, for your very kind words, and good afternoon, dear colleagues. Also for my part, it's really a great pleasure to have you here with us this afternoon. It's an important afternoon that we have in ahead of us, and it's my great pleasure to kind of open up the seminar on future of the public sector. This seminar, as Timo Hämäläinen was mentioning and referring to, is organized by the National Foresight Network, which improves the future orientation of Finnish kind of decision making by networking futurists, foresight experts with Finnish decision makers. Our theme today is both important and timely. Since the public sector of advanced societies like Finland are facing unprecedented challenges stemming from the rapid transformation, or you could say crisis today in today's term, of the world economy and the changing social and demographic outlook of industrial societies. And these challenges, if I may kind of list some of them, is number one, the redefinition of the role and duties of public sector vis-a-vis private and civic sector players at different geographical levels. The increasing need, secondly, then the increasing need for strategic agility and structural renewal capacity in the face of rapid changes in environment. And thirdly, then the necessity of making the public administration more attractive to the young generation of workers with new motivations, skills and preferences. And then fourthly, we list here the potential of more effectively using the internet and social media in transforming public sector activities and organizations. And we will be now today addressing each of these four challenges one way or another with the keynote speeches following my opening words here. If the history of previous industrial revolutions is of any guide, we will experience a fundamental systemic transformation of the public sector during the next few decades. And it's interesting to note, I have a history, as Timo was referring, in the corporate sector before joining the public sector a year ago. And also in my research, I found that leading companies are already actively embracing the new technologies and organizational forms to really address the new challenging environment around us. And we believe that there is a lot to learn from these experiences. And to some extent, I'm sure there is kind of applicability of some of the best practices and mechanisms which leading companies are already using, also in the public sector. So this is also one area that we will be exploring today in more details. How can we learn from both of these sectors? Because the public sector apparently has to kind of renew its governance structures and institutional arrangements in the coming years anyway. And in many ways, Finland is well positioned to lead this socio-institutional kind of adjustment process. We have an advanced welfare state, and systemic changes are easier, maybe, to implement in Finland than in many larger countries. At least in theory, that should be the case. The key decision makers in Finland, as we know, can be gathered together around the same table pretty easily, and we can make fast changes and fast decisions. There is a history of that in Finland, and so we just need to kind of not forget that skill. Finland also have some important kind of assets, preconditions, or desirable attributes on which to build on in the future. And one is certainly, I mean, the high quality of everyday life in Finland we have today. We have an internationally competitive economy, although in some measures we are on a declining curve today, but still, relatively speaking, we are a competitive economy. And the environmental sustainability is also another kind of area where Finland is excelling in worldwide comparisons. So these are important building blocks on which to build the future, and where Finland has demonstrated strengths in world scale. But without going further in painting a picture of the future vision, that's our work today in this afternoon. Whatever the future direction we take, we know that public sector will play a key role in that. There is no way we can transform the society and be the leading society unless there is kind of very deeply integrated collaboration between public sector, private sector, and the third sector. And I sincerely hope that we can learn a lot together this afternoon, and that the keynote speeches will be kind of thought-provoking and interesting enough to kind of trigger good, interesting dialogue in the small groups that we will be then working on these topics. And I hope we come out a little bit smarter and inspired after this afternoon. So once more, kind of heartily welcome to this afternoon, and let's work together for the better future. Thank you.